Hey there, welcome back to the table. So somebody, a viewer, just posted some help on how to use Tabletop Simulator. So check this out. If I hold my bus mountain down, the left mouse button down, and I just right click, I can pick a whole bunch of these up. And then watch this. If I hit 2, 3, or 1, or even 6, I mean, that's pretty cool. I didn't even know you could do that. I'm sure there's all kinds of stuff that you can do that I wasn't aware of. But anyways, yes, it doesn't take much to amuse me. Let's go ahead and get started. We are at the new era. England has some revolts, so they will for sure spend a bot to defend or cube, and then they're going to want to move. Well, first of all, they'll check to see if they can recruit. Do they have double the army strength? And the answer is yes for here. And then they will move through their ships and land, and they will take on two armies. And that is two hits. And their rebel rousing days are over. Okay, next we go to Austria, who does not have any unrest, so they will draw. And there's that dang focus thing we were talking about. But they will do the unrest action first. And what the unrest does is it lets them flippity flip too. So they have their unrest is gone. And it costs a cube. And I forgot. I need to draw my cards first before we discard their card. I'm thinking I want to draw. I was gonna say one of each, but I for sure I want one of those cards. But let's draw from here. All right, not an exciting card for us at least. Let's draw one of these. And again, not an exciting card. I'm going to draw another one of these. The harbor refugees could actually be useful for us. Okay, and then now they discard the top of this. And look at that, it's the development card. Jerks. Oh, I gotta pay my 6 ducats. So this one is a nice one because I gain a number of colonists equal to your colonial +1. So maximum of 4. Right now I'm only going to gain 2 if I play the card. Then you can appoint an advisor from the top 5 discards of any action deck at no additional cost. So it's a nice way to get like a better advisor out here. So it's worth holding on to. This one, I'm not interested in getting alliances at this time. And this one, of course, lets me manipulate the Pope, which is not a bad deal because I do have one cube out here. I could take the Curia control, which if I held it, I would score 3 points at the end of the round. Um, and then, of course, I could just do a free convert action. But I'm thinking of discarding both of these to get that development card. So, less worrying about that. Let's go finish the turns here. Poland has a revolt going on. So they'll spend one cube. Their army is on the board. It has only 2 units, so they're going to spend another 2 to recruit 9. And then they will move and fight 2. For 1 hit. So this one's gone. Then the Ottomans have a similar situation. They will spend 1. They don't need to recruit, but they will move over and they will fight 2. Take 2 hits. Let's do what we were doing before. Although they technically have a navy with 3 light ships here. So 2 hits. That's gone. Now France. They don't have any rebels, so they're going to go ahead and draw. And they're going to do diplomacy, which is interesting. They got a lot of cubes down here, so they will get an alliance with the Papal State. And then that adds another cube for them. That's their turn. So it does get to us. And as much as I want to do that draw the card action, I just realized I need to do this 8 allied units in my armies, or otherwise I'm going to lose the 5 points here. This one's going to take me a little longer to get. So I'm going to do a military cube, and we're going to do a recruit action. And so I'm going to get at least 5 armies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I think I eventually want to get an army 2 going. Just because I want to have one going into the New World and doing stuff there. But bear with me for a second. I need to think. I must have 8 allied units deployed in your armies. And I wanted to check. I don't have cannons, it looks like. So that's one I need to have at some point. So 2, 4, 6, 8. That's 10 to get 5 units. I need 8 deployed, so I need 1 more. Puts me down to 8. And then I'm going to go all the way down to 0 and get 2 more light shifts out. And they're going to go here because I have 2 ports, right? So here and here, and I'm going to bump them out. And I'm going to bump out England and France. So here you can see I have 4 on one area. Now, technically speaking, I have port here, so I could put a ship straight out there. In fact, I am. I'm going to put a ship straight out here into my port. So now I have 4 ships on this, and I have 1, 2, 3, 4 ships on that. So I, in one action, completed 2 of these. So that's 10 points for me. So that's 1, that was 37, takes me to 47, and then I'm going to get 2 admin cubes and 2 military cubes. So I get even more good, delicious goldenness. Okay, now the other thing is when I do this deploy action for recruit, I trigger battles. So I'm going to trigger a battle with that pirate there. So let's roll. They are going to sink one of my ships. We don't sink any of theirs. They sink another ship. We sink one. Holy cow, they just sank 2 of my ships. Definitely don't like that pirate. What I should have bought was a heavy ship. And like gotten a real navy out there to take that thing down. But that's not the case. Now, I wanted to get more light ships out there. I didn't want to go further into debt. But I could go 20 more in debt and get 5 more light ships out there. But I actually accomplished 2 of my missions. And that's all I wanted to do was get those 10 points, which was a very desperation type of thing. But it did cost all my money. But for 10 points, that was absolutely worth it. Okay, so that was our turn. England is going to spend a cube to siege. Austria they're going to convert, which they would normally do papal, but convert is actually going to happen because they are counter-reformed. So they're going to get rid of the Protestant themselves. I think they score 2 points for that. Poland is going to siege. Ottomans are going to siege. France. Convert, which they will do. Because they are also counter-reform. That gives them 2 points. Now it's back to us. I'm less about scoring points and more about just getting to the next phase of things. There's a couple of things, like it'd be nice to get an artillery unit into my army. It lets me count cannons. I can siege for less cubes when I have a cannon. A cannon has 2 siege strengths, so a cannon can siege a large town all by himself or 2 small towns. I can also start warring, which I definitely would like to do. And then I would like to get this colonization policy in place. Lots of things. What is the best thing right now? I actually think I'm going to do a trade action. Just because I'm low on money and I need money for all sorts of reasons. So let's do that. And then I get to move a ship, if I'd like. Most of my home ships got killed. I don't know if I need 4 ships here. But at the moment, I would like to get one to Indian Ocean. And unfortunately, the only way I can do that is to take one away from Africa, which is going to hurt me because this does get me some good money. And then my merchant here, I'm going to put into the Indian Ocean instead of Seville. This could be a mistake, but I think that's the right call. So let's try this. 1, 2, and 3. I may have made a mistake. Nothing. Nothing. Right here is Seville. I can't believe I just threw 3 basic cards. Although there was a Seville there. Yeah, that Maghreb. Where the heck is that? That's this one. So none of these worked for me. Holy buckets. Well, that just gives me a whopping 2 ducats. End turn. England. Convert, which they will do. They will score 2 points for this. And they're going to put a counter-reform somewhere. Very likely here. I don't know if they convert overseas. That's the part I gotta figure out. I think could be anywhere that they own everything. So arguably speaking, they would have converted here. Alright, Austria. Military. I'm not sure I like where this is going, so we're gonna roll. None of those are ours. So I got a 3 and then a 2. Do they have claims on the board? They do. The 3 was rolling for the claims. I just see 1 claim, a claim 1. So that didn't happen. Oh, we were supposed to score for this. This happened. The player with the highest total units of the battleground area scores 3. That's going to be Austria. The Ottomans or Austria have less than 6. They lose 3. The Ottomans are going to lose 3. The Ottomans are going to gain... I'm sorry, Austria is going to gain 3. The Ottomans are going to lose 3. That was that struggle. So those are technically done. This is the next one. So Algiers and Tunisia. So here and here. What are the X? Palestine, Aegean Archipelago. Palestine should be over here. Aegean Archipelago. Serbia and Albania. Hungarian Plain and Crimea. So in order to score points here, only score points for alliances you have with realms of your own state religion. And if we have towns in less than 2 of those areas, we lose 3 points. So I need to wipe these guys out, which means war with the Ottomans. That is a tall order. If I can sink their navy, then it's not so bad. So to do war with them means changing direction. I was going to go into Morocco. Instead, I would be moving in and killing these guys. That I'm not as concerned about. The issue is if I can sink their navy, then that means they're forced to walk all the way across, and they're never going to get here. So that's what I got to do. I'm sitting on 2 ducats. So yay yes. Alright, so that was... Oh, we're doing Austria's turn here. And I can't even remember what I rolled a 2. So I'm going to roll again, just in case. So it's 2 and a 2 again. We're going to open up the Austria bot for military targeting. A 2 is Bavaria. And if not Bavaria, Lombardy. This is Bavaria, and it was a realm in Bavaria, so they're going to do it. Claim goes down. What realm would they do? They would do Augsburg, because it begins with the letter A. They are going to lose all their cubes, because they're invading the area. And yes, they are declaring war on Augsburg. They spend another cube to recruit. A million units. That happens no matter what. And then they would try to move there, but they can't. Or no, the ship moves them here. Still not enough, but they'll get to there. Their turn's over. They're going to have a white piece, I think. Poland. Diplomacy. And then one of these cards gets discarded. There's a subjugate right on top of the deck. They're going to do diplomacy, which for them is an easy peasy. They're getting another alliance set up that's just going to get torn down again. The Ottomans unrest. Flippity flippity. Custom a cube. The French. Unrest. Oh, they don't have any? Oh, they do. Flippity. That cost them a cube. And an admin card. So now it's to us. I do desperately want to take them down. However, I still need to get that navy going. So let's get another trade action going. Hopefully we'll get better luck this time. Oh, with a trade action I get to move a ship. So I am going to move this light ship 2 spaces, which puts one down here. I don't need trade ships here anymore. I just need a navy. So that's what I'm going to get ploppity plopped. I know I've been in a flippity flip, ploppity plopped. Alright, here we go. We got a North America. I have Antilles. So we could get 14 bucks. That's a good one. Very good one. I don't have East Indies. Indian Ocean. Isfahan, Delhi, Doab, and Bengal. What do we have over here? We have Goa and Hormuz. So we have basically 2 power here. In the Indian Ocean, 2 power is a 7. See, like, the amount of ducats you get further away is going to get better and better. Then, of course, here would have been Seville. That still would have been a really nice one for 9, but that's okay. We could have done the Indian Ocean one if we wanted for 7. But I'm going to pass because this is a great opportunity for the North America to get 14. So 14 it is. That puts us up to 16. And now we have enough to do some cooking. Okay. Moving on to England. Unrest. This is a perfect one for them. They're going to get that one flipped. And then one of these. It cost them 1 cube and an admin. Whoops. Austria's down to 1 cube. This is what I mean. They're not passing yet, but they're close. Here comes the event. They rolled a 1. Which means they're going to take the leftmost event. Oh, they're taking the plague. Yay, Austria. So the developer actually wrote me back about this. They reached out to me. They wanted to know like how to improve bots. This one was one of those ones where they said maximize the damage to other players. So Austria got this. Who do they border? They border Poland. See, Poland has large cities here. So what they could do is they could put the plague in their own city and then hit this city. And what it does is it causes one large city to reduce to small. Now, this would probably be better for them because France is a bigger threat than Poland in terms of score. However, their Genoa city gets hurt by the plague. And but actually, this is the one they're going to do. They're going to do a plague here, and they're going to reduce Constantinople's large city down to a small. And so the plague tokens causes them to take tax damage. So instead, what's going to happen is they both lose a cube. So Constantinople loses 1, and Austria loses their last one. So that's how that plays out. Then the pirate thing happens, and I just got rid of pirates. I'm not happy about this. I rolled a 1, So pirates are going to appear out here. And I don't know, like if a pirate appears, shouldn't we be having battles? I know I haven't been playing it that way the whole game, but it just seems like we should fight. See, there are forces at war with the PRs, so as soon as they arrive, we should fight. Always place in trade nodes and reduce. Can be attacked by ships adjacent to the node in question. A player must take a naval activation. The ships used to attack must all be in a single sea zone. So yeah, the pirates are just pesky. I guess that makes some sense. So boo-hoo. The only good news is I used that trade node already. Next, the religion spread, and then circles get sick. Dang it. Felipe and Alicio both get sick. Alright, religion spreads. Poland might actually get their religion in their own areas quicker this way than the other way. Okay, we got an M, W, E. So I think it's going to spread up here to E. This one is going to spread to B, which means it's going to go here. This is getting weird. That's going to spread back from this cluster. And then the counter-reform, it's going to go to Aragon. Yeah, it's going into our area. So now we have a new religion. And then for up here, Wales. So England is fully... So then now Protestant goes, and we already went into Austria here. And then for up here, it would go to... It really would go there. Oh, look at that. They flip over each other. I'm sitting here getting new tokens when all I had to do was just flip them. Okay, all that was Austria's turn. Yes. Poland has less cubes, so they're going to take an event. Boy, these are some really nasty things out here. Wow, that's pretty nasty to the Ottomans. Come on, France, roll it. Roll 4. Yes! A 4 is they take an enemies. So France gets a coin. Or not a coin, but a cube. Or I'm sorry, Poland is the one that drew this. Poland gets the cube. So they always choose option B when they choose an enemy. Disband the Janissaries. Add 2 unrest to Ottoman town in one area. And place 5 revolting soldiers there. If the Ottomans have the Tertio Janissary idea, they lose this idea and gain 3 points. And then you gain 1. So Poland gets another one. The Ottomans, I think, do get the 3 points. Whoops. It's the Ottomans that get the 3 points. And then, I'm sorry, I have poor memory. 2 unrest and 5 rebels. Now, Poland is going to pick the highest tax area, so we're looking at 2, 3 here. 1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So then they would do based on letter. So Aden gets the win. To be quite honest, the most deadly place to put it would be up here, but Aden definitely gets the win. And it would be I, J, K. Did I read that correctly? It's 5? Yes. Ooh. So 1. So there you go. 5 guys. Alright, so the Ottomans have invaders. And that's our cue. So with them having invaders, they're going to grab a cube to defend, and then they do another cube, to 2 cubes in fact, to recruit. And then they're going to move 1, 2, then battle. 5 of them. So that's 4 hits against the Ottomans. That was a good number of hits, but yeah. So the problem I have is you might be thinking, okay, well, they're out of cubes. Attack them. They're going to gain 5 cubes the moment I attack them. And so 1 cube will be spent, because as soon as I declare war, they get to recruit those 4 guys back. They'll spend a cube for that. Then they'll do a cube for defend. They'll be able to go all the way across the ships, and they'll land right in our area. And we have to be able to take on a 9 strength army with our lowly band of misfits. I can put a general in. It would add 1 more die. And I can also command the armies myself, which adds 1 more die. Obviously, with them rolling 5 dice, I run a risk of getting sick or killed. But those are my options. I do have the Janissaries, which helps a little. Okay, yeah, Ottomans took their turn. France is going to take an event. The other thing is, if I declare war now, they're going to pass. Okay, let's roll for France. They're going to take the middle one, which is their own card. Lucky Ducks. Okay, La Rocheleau takes command. Add 2 unrest to French and place 3 rebels in total in affected areas. France may draw an action card and place a counter-reform token in one of their areas. You gain 1. So when they draw an action card, I don't think it's listed here. Excuse me. Nope, it's not. So, France is going to gain a cube for this. They're going to get 2 unrest and 3 rebels. So they at least gain a cube. The 2 unrest is going to be lowest. It's going to be here and here. And then the 3 rebels are going to be attacked by England. Alright. So they do 1 damage to England's army. That cracks me up a little bit. That was a really smart move, actually. And oh, there's ours. So I'm going to gain 2 in each of these places. So 2, 4, 6, 8 rebellions. I get 8 in those areas. But I do score 2 points, and I would gain 3 cubes. Or I just appease them. I'm going to have to disband 6 units and pay 3. Ay, ay, ay. And I get the crappiest ruler ever. I would say I don't want to take him, but I have a sick guy. Alright, well, for our turn, I think I want to do at the moment, I mean, yes, I want to get a navy going, but I'm actually going to spend 2. I think the cost is 2. I want to fabricate a claim. And so or no, I don't need to fabricate. We already have a claim. You know what? I can declare war on these jerks and have this whole thing sieged down before they... I mean, they would come. I needed to hire more troops when I hired. They are coming. And with this line of ships here, they're going to just go bloop in one move. I don't know what the right decision is here. I have 16. I mean, just to give you an idea, a heavy ship costs 10. And I'm pretty sure when you do naval battles, you get the score with a heavy ship does an automatic hit. But if somebody hits like, it's not like a heavy ship has 2 hit points. It has just 1. I mean, you do get to capture enemy ships if you eliminate the enemy. Actually, let's look. Does the heavy ship have more than 1 hit point? There we go. They take 2 hits before being removed. Lay it down. If it does not take another hit, it will be immediately repaired if you end your turn in a friendly port round. Captured enemy heavy ships are always damaged. Alright, so I guess that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do another recruit action. And I am going to grab a heavy ship for 10. And it's going to go out here. So this light ship will just be a part of that. And I'm going to buy another light ship for 4. That's 14. So I have 2 left. And I hate to say this, but I'm going to grab another loan. We're going to grab 1, 2, 4, 6, 8, and 10. I got to do it that way. Alright, so now we go to England, who does have more cubes. They're going to convert. I don't think there's anything left for them to convert. So they're not going to convert. They will focus on expansion, and they're done. Austria has to pass. So 2 cubes for them. Poland is passing. So 1 cube for them. They're going to do their event. They're grabbing the leftmost one. Witch trials. They're going to gain a cube and an unrest. Unrest would go there. Then twice, pick an area with a town that is either Catholic adjacent to a Protestant area or vice versa. And add 2 unrest in this area. Players with claims in targeted areas, with towns in target areas or areas adjacent to them, lose 1, so lose a cube. No, they gain another unrest. Players with a tolerance idea may immediately remove all thus gained in an area by placing a diverse faith token in that area. So they would always do that. Who has tolerance? Who? Austria does. So Austria is actually the first one that would get hit. So flippity, flippity, flippity would happen. Because it begins with an A. And the reason there's 3 is because they would lose a stability. But since they have tolerance, they can remove them all, and they always take the option if they can. So now, both of these tokens goes away. And it's going to be mixed faith. Which is crazy, because they're just, the tokens are going to come right back. I'm not going to bother put the mixed faith token there, because even being Catholic is a revolt situation for them. And then what would be the next one? So that was A, right? You got E, but they're not next to a Protestant. It'd be B. So this is Catholic next to Protestant, but they're not winning. This one. Oh, we just did that one. It would be these. Would be good candidate. This one. Venetia. Actually, that's a perfect one. So flip, flip, flip. Oh. Yeah, that's the problem. So with Austria, well, let's roll a die and see who their opponent's going to be. It's the one with the biggest tax income. Not Poland. We're not even going to bother looking at them. 26. 13 and 6 is 19. And then France. 12 and 12 is 24. It's definitely Austria. So then they would flippity, flippity, flippity. And Venetia is not next to Protestant, so that would not happen. So it would be these 3. that it would happen, but then he's just put the mixed religion there to bring him back. Okay, so then rebels happen. They got 3 in the Ottoman. Lose a cube and a rebellion. The rebellion would be over here. Five for Poland. Lose a cube and a rebellion. Oh, it would actually occur right where their guy is. So 1 hit to their guy. Austria doesn't have any. They would have. England is still at 5, even after reducing so much. 1 more reduced, lose a cube. Actually, they would do a higher tax area. It'd be that one. Finally got Ireland under control. Then France has 2. And we thankfully don't have any at the moment. France loses a cube. And a rebellion happens on Maine. So they lose their town. Then England is going to gain a town. Nope. Here's the crazy part. Because England's army's there, they're going to prevent England from getting a town back. That is so crazy. So England is actually protecting France here. They have an army there. Right, nothing happened. We don't have any. At least not yet. And then the religion spread again. And this is what I was talking about. The counter-reform would just go into Austria. I don't know if it would go here, but that's okay. This is already not matching faiths. So what would go into Austria? Actually, Protestant is winning. The counter-reform is gone. So that would go there, and then this one up here would go to F or N. J. Yes, J. Then counter-reform. W, E, N, K, P, W, R, H, I, J, K. It would go up here. And then this one, that's an L, C. So it came to our area. So we now have 2 counter-reform. If I ever did change our state religion, I've never done that one before. So let's see what that entails. You must face the following consequences. Lose 2 points and 1 stability Remove a marriage in 5 from the area that you belong to the region you're abandoning. What am I abandoning? Oh, religion that you're abandoning. Place the removed into areas with the same faith. Gain 1 unrest in each of your areas of the religion you abandon. Then roll rebel dice. If there's at least 1 counter-reform token on the board, Catholic PRs may pay 3 to embrace it in their capital area without suffering any of the consequences listed above. So it looks like I can do that at any time. But it does cost me an action. Now, if I do that, I still have mixed religion issues, but it would work. Okay, I think we're finally done with that. And that was, I believe, the Ottomans. Yes, so now it's France. Who will pass? So we now have 3 passes. And England is going to guarantee us 2 turns. So, I know this is crazy, but I think I'm gonna do it. Now, if I declare war, I immediately get a naval battle and I don't get to move my troops. That's what's gonna screw me up. I need to be able to move my troops into the area and siege in the 2 turns I have left. Because I have this turn, then the 4th person's going to pass, which gives me only 1 more turn, and then I would be able to siege these 4, and then I'd be able to claim at least this 1 area before the war ends. But because this battle's going to occur, I won't get the free land activation to move when I declare war. So declaring war will only do a naval battle here, and then I would have to do a move action on another turn, and then a siege action on a 3rd turn. So it would take me 3 turns to do this. So I have my 1 turn now, although England will have to do this. That'll give me a 2nd turn. You know what? I can still pull it off. I need to sink both of these, by the way, to prevent them from being able to move here. But here's what I got going on. They're actually going to possibly move here because they have a town that's currently taken. And I don't know which one do they prioritize. So any areas with vendor? Yes. Do they have 2 left? You can siege provinces? No. Is their army double any invading force? Yes. They're on the map. Yes. With the largest invading force that qualifies. Ah. So they would go after the largest force. But here's the thing. Their MAC, they're going to be going... It is going to be unlimited. They would go after us. They would ignore the rebels and go after us. And it's because they have a land connection all the way to here. But it's a land connection that goes through other players. See, bots towns that are adjacent. That's not the case. So, no land connection. So it's 3 plus a minimum of 9 if a naval bridge closes the only gap. So 3 plus 9 is still 12 units. Now 12 units I guess is better than the huge blob that they have here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So they'd be able to get 1 more that could join the battle. And 12 units, I mean, I'm more than capable of taking out 12 units. But yeah, that would be, it'd be a glorious battle, that's for sure. And then let's not forget that I'm going to be getting this stupid event. So the other thing I can do is just take the event But it would help if I had my army in one of these locations first before I take it. So that way when these 8 rebels come up, I can quell them down. I'll get my 2 points, I'll get my extra military, and then what that gains me then is I can then use a military action to... So the problem is I got to do a naval activation. Or I got to do an army activation. So I'm going to spend a cube to move my army to Aragon. That's my whole turn. So now we go to England, who is going to try to pass, but they have to do an event first. They rolled a 4, which means they're taking our event. Oh, and they're going to force us to do B. And I have to take this guy. Or no, I don't have to take him. I don't know if I want to. A 1-2-1 sucks. I'd rather take my chances on my guy dying. Yeah, I'm going to choose not to take him. Sorry, Felipe. So they are going to force me to appease them, so I'm going to lose 2 points. And England is going to force me to disband 6 units and pay 3 cubes. But I get to remove 4 unrest. So I get 2 in each Aragon, Portugal, Sicily, and Naples. There's Sicily, Aragon, Portugal. I don't have anything in Naples. They're silly. Okay, so then I got to spend 4 cubes here, which I have. I have to disband 6 guys, so good job buying them. There's 5, and here's the 6th. But now I get to remove 4 unrest. So I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4. And that's done. $2 goes on each other one. I think I may have already put $2 on this one. But in picking that, England got a cube, which is going to prolong the game. So then we got pass, pass. Now we're going to the Ottomans, who are going to pass, and now I can't declare war on them because they passed. They're triggering 1 more turn for each of us. So I do have 1 more turn, and I think I'm just going to use this opportunity to play this one. And I'm going to do revolutionary ideas. Going to pay 4 cubes from here. And we're going to take the colonization policy. And I score 2, and Austria scores 1. And immediately I get to place 2 colonists. Technically speaking, Austria has 2 colonists because they took it a long time ago. Although it's not going to do them any good, I don't think. Alright, and then now the colonize action costs 1 less. So to colonize it normally costs 4. And now it's going to cost 3. And I technically have enough to colonize a place. I just never have enough actions. I mean, look at all the cubes I have. I just need the bots to slow down. If I played the more advanced game against the bots, the harder difficulty level, see, they gain 9 cubes instead of 7, which means they take more turns. And you might be thinking, what are you talking about, Jeff? Giving them more turns is going to let them score more points. I agree, but it lets me do more stuff too. So, I don't know, I might start moving up the difficulty level. So that was my 1 action, and then England's action is actually just to pass. Well, no, they'll actually draw a card. They're at 3. They're going to do an event, which they can't do. So what happens when they can't do an event? Start over. That means you just draw another card. Ooh, colonize. I've never even seen this one before. Do they have 2? No. Go to explore. They have 3? No. Vacant territory? No. Yes. With a 1? No. Where it can explore? Yes. Adjacent to new distant trade node when possible. Trigger a naval battle? No. They're going to actually... Jesus, they're actually going to colonize too? Alright, so they're going to try to place a ship. In a place where it can explore. I mean, technically they can go down to Africa. But I would assume that they would want to go... Because see, like, they get the ship here and see. Is it place a ship or move a ship? I'm going to say they're going to move this ship. And what they want to do is they want to go here, because this is completely wide open for them. And it helps me. Of course. Okay, so now they got to roll an explore die. Let's make them roll the one that was always bad for us. There it is, 2 and a skull. Like clockwork. Do they have 2 cubes left? No. Remove a ship from a distant continent. There it is. Gone. Ooh, they actually did have a bad thing happen to them. Oh no, I'm sorry, they had 2. My apologies. So yes, they did have 2. They're going to spend 1. Go here. Did it match eligible? They're only spending 1 of the cubes. Does it match eligible territory? Yes. Place a claim and score 2 points for England. So they're going to do L is better than R. La Plata. Is this the first on this? No. And then done. Alright. Very well done, Mr. England. Getting 1 more turn out there. And now we are forced to take... Look at all the cubes we have left. Okay, we're forced to take one of these. Add a Protestant token and all kinds of crap to Bohemia. Bohemia doesn't even have towns on it. Nope, I'm going to take the one that gives me 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 coins. We're going to do this one. Privateers. And 10 coins was the bang. Okay, we can issue a letter of marque. We can pay 1 military cube to draw 3 trade cards. Select a maritime node in one of these. Activate an opponent's merchant. And place a pirate there to collect the income from the top left D column, ducat column on the card. So it would be an opponent's merchant. Or strike down on piracy. Pay 1 to move a pirate from one maritime trade node to another, and then gain 1. I think I'm going to do that. So I'm going to pay 1 to gain 1 here, because I got this pirate that I don't want near me. I can move him to another trade node. I'll move him to that one. I mean, technically speaking, I'm okay with putting him there. It didn't say I had to pick one that was nearby. Okay, then there's this native uprising thing. Each player loses one from the colonist pool and gains an unrest in a distant town. The active player can ignore one. So I'm going to gain the unrest in a distant town. Then, pluses are dying. So we got a wound. Then blue and orange are activating. So let's start with orange. Where are you going next? I would say Trebizond. Is there any other orange? Yes, we got an orange up here. L. Liege. The Netherlands are blobbing. Okay, now blue gets to go. Blue has G. There's a C. They've been taking a lot of stuff down here. There's a B. So they're going to take Baluchistan. And then this blue up here. Can take Riga because they want to complete an area that they're in. This is very thematic here. Alright, that brings us to the end of that. And then this one happens, so rebels occur. What did I do with my last action? I was supposed to be removing unrest. Did I just completely forget to do that? I did. I don't even remember what I did. Oh, that's right. I went and researched a thing. Oh, where rebels are happening now, and then attrition. So, I don't think anybody's at war, so attrition we can ignore. The rebel thing is brutal. This one's going to go away. Because they have nowhere to move. These ones, one will go away. It's one at a time. So one of those goes away. This one isn't going to move anywhere. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4. For England. Two rebellions and lose a cube. This one he has an army at. This one he does not. We have two in this area. We lose a cube. Well, gosh darn it, we have plenty of those right now. We have one overseas. We lose another cube. That should cover us. France has two. Revolution for France. Nope. England loses another one. Austria has none. Poland has 5. Two rebellions. Lose a cube. And the Ottomans, yeah, like I said, Well, they have two more that they're going to roll for. They lose a cube. They don't have one. Alright, that brings us to the end of the round. I know I usually go through the steps before I end the video, but I gotta end the video sooner. I have to go get dinner with my kids. So, thanks for watching. Stay awesome. Interesting round. I didn't quite accomplish everything I want to do. My biggest gripe with the bot so far is, look at this. I just need more actions. If I play a tougher bot, I'll get more actions. I think that's what my next step will be. And as always, stay awesome.